ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. Okay, so we will take a brief look at what we saw last time, and I will see if I can soften the classes on you a little, because I realize that it may not be easy for you to catch up with everything I'm saying. So let's see how we can do it. So this is what we saw last time. Here. Okay. View. Web. Okay. All right. So last time I wanted to introduce you to how Panini uses the language itself to make a sutra meaningful. So I told you that a word in the sixth case is called a sthani. What does sthani mean? It's a placeholder. Sthanaha asya or sthanam asya asti. It is sthanin. What does it mean, a placeholder? Whatever it holds, that will get replaced by something else. That's called a sthani, or something will get added to it. This is called a sthani. And what will replace a sthani will be called what? An adesha. What is added to a sthani will be called an agama. So in a sutra, what is to be replaced will be indicated by placing it in the sixth case. If there are conditions around it, if something must precede it, what must precede what is going to be replaced, sthani, will be put in the fifth case. And if there's a condition as to something should succeed it, that will be put in the seventh case. And I said if the sthani's condition is on either direction, that will go in third case. Okay. So these are all, I realized, I'm trying to take you a path which may not be very easy for me to lead you immediately, because I have to take you to each sutra one by one then. So I'm thinking, I've been scratching my head as to how I should take you through it so you won't be lost very soon. So let's see. We'll work it as we go. Right? So this is what we looked at. And as an example, I showed you a couple of sutras. And the sutras I showed were, I said, ikaha yan achi. That's a sutra we looked at briefly. In that, the word ikaha is in the sixth case. Ikaha in the sixth case. All right. And ikaha, we should bring in any savarna letters also, because it is not an adesha. Whenever savarna letters are there, we should bring them in. Then we saw, I just wrote this in a note, so I left it here. If something immediately precedes, that should be in or follows third case. If it's preceding fifth case, and in our case, ach is following, so it is in seventh case. Achi is seventh case. So yan is the adesha. So what does the whole thing mean? Literally, we will say something like ikaha sthane yan adeshah bhavati achi pare. What does it mean now? Ikaha sthane. in the place of an ik letter. What will happen? Yan adeshah bhavati. Yan will be the replacement. When achi pare, when a vowel, an ach follows. And this whole thing is an adhikara called samhitayam. And this seventh case is a normal seventh case. Means what? Don't try to say before, after, etc. It just means in a samhita situation, in a sandhi situation. When two letters are next to each other, when an ik follows, ik is followed by an ach, such an ik may be replaced by yan. This is the rule. Was this clear last time? Just the basics, okay? You may have questions still, which is understandable. But this, what I have said so far, is it clear at least? Okay. Then I showed you a second example also. And I said, if you have a sutra, echaha ayavayavaha, this echaha is a, o, I, au from the pratyahara, and achi is anuvritti, so it becomes again seventh case. And ayavayavaha is a compound, so I have to first split the compound. Aya, ava, aya, av. Ramesh, you can change the security to disable the wait on entry.
Okay, so much.
Yeah. So this adeshas would be replacement respectively, I said, which means if H is followed by an, if A is followed by an ach, it will get replaced by I. If O is followed by an ach, it will get replaced by av. If I is followed by an ach, it will get replaced by I. And if au is followed by an ach, it will get replaced by av. Another sandhi rule. All right. So, and I just explained to you that anything in a sutra has to be meaningful. So if you said now, this is adesha, final, 1 second, problem here. Okay. Now it should be all right. So if we apply to sutra halantyam it, which we have studied earlier, what would happen? The adesha will lose the ya, va, ya, and va, which will become what? A. Then Panini would not have taken the effort to write ayavayava. He would have said a. Therefore, even though we have sutra halantyam it, it cannot apply in this situation. So every sutra is like this, which means we have to be cautious. Sometimes it should not apply, even though it seems to be applicable. This is how Panini operates. Any questions so far? If there is any doubt in your mind, you can ask. If it is relevant, I will answer. If not, I will postpone it. Yes, Priyanka. No, I don't hear you yet. No, not yet. Check. Yes. Yeah.
Eco energy. You said because there are 4 letters in ik and 4 in yan, so respective displacement happens. But in ik we also take savarna.
Correct. I will come to that. I'll come to that. Okay. For ik, there are 2 possibilities. So even the savarna will get replaced by the same letters. That's all. Nothing else will happen. It will work. But we will see another rule today as to how the appropriate yan will come for ik. We'll look at another rule also. But to answer your question, if I take prospectively, E, both will get replaced by ya. U will both get replaced by va. It will work that way.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But we'll look at another possibility. Yes, Sujata.
Harivan Swamiji. And is it aya, ava and all will come with na pratyayasya?
Sorry?
Like sukting antam, we are not supposed to take out the halantam.
Don't take out halantam, because if you take out, it will become a. It won't be I.
No. My question is, when su aujas, when they are coming, we are not taking out the last it letter. we are not considering them as its letters and we are not removing. The same thing will be applicable here. I and A.
Why are you saying in Suvajas we don't remove? We do remove. We remove the U. So
Tusmaha.
Tusmaha is an exception. Then don't say we are not removing. You said sutra. Halantyamit applies here, okay?
Okay.
Halantyamit applies here. If it applies, you will get a instead of I. Therefore, we don't apply that. Even though halantyamit is applicable, we won't apply. Whereas tusmaha is another sutra, which says you cannot apply. Very different. Okay? This sutra is valid. Halantyam sutra is valid. But because Panini has said I, av, we cannot remove because it has to be meaningful.
Like what you said, Adesha, whatever it is said, we have to take like that.
You leave it alone for now. It's not entering your head. You leave it alone. Don't worry about it right now. Okay?
Okay, Swamiji.
We will deal with it later.
Okay, Swamiji.
Right? Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Namaste, Swamiji. You said that Alantyam, it is not applied here. So that means there will be a rule which says that Alantyam, it should not be applicable to
There
this,
is no rule. There is no rule. Halantyam, it is the rule. Okay?
Swamiji.
Where upadeshe. Correct?
Okay.
Upadesha, I said in the Upadesha, you should include the Adesha and Agamas.
Yes,
right? So Adesha is Aya, Ava, Aya, Ava.
Right, Swamiji.
So technically, you should apply Halantyam. You should apply. If you apply it, what will happen? It will become a. The 4 will reduce to a. How many became now? 2.
Right.
If Panini wanted he would not have said Ayava, Ayava. Okay.
So we just have,
So we have to understand when Panini wrote a sutra, that sutra should not become meaningless. So with that understanding in the head, you deliberately say you cannot apply Halantyam it. Why? Because Panini sutra should be meaningful. Vachanatvat. Sutra vachanatvat. That will be the cause given for it. So there is no rule telling don't apply here. This is both buddhi. You have to use your buddhi all the time. Alertly, you have to use buddhi. But this kind of situation where it won't happen is very few. But I mentioned it because of the first sutra we are looking at. It should not cause a problem later in your head. Okay?
Okay. And one more question.
Yes.
This is basic one. This is the rules that you are been teaching us from the last class, like about the stani and how it is getting replaced and all that. So it is only, these are called Paribhasha Sutras.
Correct. Paribhasha Sutras. Paribhasha means you're saying how a sutra should be interpreted or used. Every sutra.
So this doesn't apply to the Sankhya Sutras. So this kind of rules.
See, Sankhya is naming something.
Naming.
Okay. Paribhasha is telling you how to interpret sutras.
Okay.
So we are just saying, because every sutra has 6 cases, if you used it for H-O-I-Y, we used it for Iko Yanochi. A lot of sutras, you have to use the same paribhasha. I have not told you sutras, okay? There are sutras for what I have told you. There is something called, what is thani, there is sutra. 7th case for using it, if it succeeds, there is sutra. Those sutras I have not told you because I felt it will be too complicated right now. Okay? I've just given you some basics. You leave it at that. Don't delve into it further now. As and when needed, I will introduce them. That's what I'm thinking, how to do it in a way which will be more meaningful for all of you. All right. But I have to make some progress, so I'm giving you some things. So I will choose when to give sutra, when not to give it to you. All right. Okay. So now, today, I thought I will help you look at a few things. One is, see, we have seen earlier what is the sthanam of pronunciation of various letters, correct? I hope you remember something about it. What is that? A is kantha, E is talu, the place. Further, we have also seen, what is anunasika, what is anuswara, few things we have seen. Those are all sthanam, where in the mouth is the fixed location in the mouth from where the sound is produced. That is called sthana prakarana. Now, I will introduce to you and also we have seen a antar prayatna. Vakya prayatna, antar prayatna, 2 prayatnas we saw. What is antar prayatna? We saw whether it's vivrita, samvrita, ishad vivrita. So these things we had seen. These are all some internal effort. Now I will introduce one more thing called Bahya Prayatna. Bahya Prayatna means what? These terms which you will see you may not make much sense of. Okay. Sometimes it's hard for us to see what difference in sounds is there. But we have to know how the letters are grouped under Bahya Prayatna. All right. I will introduce that. Why I'm doing that? Because I told you about this thane antaratamaha. You have to replace, to find a replacement, you have to find a closest replacement for a given letter. For that, we have to understand the letters very well. And this antar prayatna, bahya prayatna, and the sthana, ucharana sthanam, will all be handy in understanding what should replace what in a grammar operation. Okay. Then we will look at what is vriddhi and guna letters, which you have seen before. And what will be the guna vriddhi letter replacements for different letters. This is what my plan is. Whether we'll do it all today or we won't, we will see. Okay. This is the approach I'm going to take right now. So now, first, let us say we'll look at this. Give me 1 second, okay? Let that go. Let that come. Good. Okay. See the screen now?
Yeah.
Good. So now, this is basically, I'm saying it's a Bahya Yatna Bodhaka Chakra. Forget the title. External effort to produce a sound. And warning is what? This is not used for understanding whether it's Savarna or not. What is Savarnam? Tulya Asya Prayatnam Savarnam. Remember that? Somewhere it may be hazily there. Tulya Asya. Asya is what? The fixed place in the mouth which is used to pronounce. Prayatnam, there was what? Abhyantara Prayatnam. Okay? I did not even talk to you about Bhakya Prayatna at that time. So, Abhyantara Prayatnam, Vivrita, open, Samvrita, closed, Ishad Vivrita. These are the Prayatnas which are used in Tulyasya Prayatnam Savarnam. To understand what is Savarna. This is a different Prayatna called Bhakya. Bhakya means what? An effort which is supposed to be put after your pronunciation has begun. The sound has come, but there is some extra to be given to it. This is how it is looked at in the language. So what are they? The letters are classified like this. One prayatna is called Vivara Shwasa Aghosha. What these words are, as I said, you will not understand much, and I will tell you what there is, but for now you understand there is something common to them. Okay. Vivara Shwasa Ghosha. Another category is Samvara Nada Ghosha. So Aghosha, Ghosha, Vivara, Samvara, Shwasa, Nada. That's how the opposites are here. And then we have Alpa Prana, Mahaprana. Okay. This is pretty straightforward. What is Alpa Prana? Where the amount of air you expel is less. What is Mahapranam? Where you expel more air. So what do we need to understand now? So here, these, see, there are definitions I have included here, but again, this will not make much sense immediately. Vivara, a name given to an external effort in the production of a sound when the vocal cords of the glottis or larynx are extended. How much do we understand our vocal cords and larynx? So you have to have a feel for it, okay? So you have to put your hand here and see the sound, what it creates, what it does. So, Kanthabilasya Vikasaha Vivaraha. The opening of the, that box there is called Vivara. What is Samvara? The opposite of that. When the gullet is a little bit contracted. Okay. Then there is Alpa Prana, which is non-aspirate letters. Aspirate means air. That extra air goes out. Mahaprana is where you breathe hard. So you have Kha, Kha, Cha. You can feel all of them, right? The second and fourth of the class, and Sha, Sha, Sa, Ha. They are all, sibilants are also all have Mahaprana. Remaining will be what? All the consonants will be Alpa Prana. Okay. Then Nada is considered to be some kind of a voice resonance. There's a resonance in the voice. That's when you say ga, ga, you should feel that resonance. Not very easy. I mean, I don't know I can communicate it because even I'm not that clear about it. All right. But there is a quality to it. There's different quality to each of these letters. And then there is something called ghosha. And they will call it a metallic tone. For this, you need some special ears, okay, to understand each of these letters. But fortunately for all of us, we can pronounce all the letters and we just have to understand what the groupings are for now. Okay. Shwasa is breath. It's called an unvoiced letter or voiced letter. So I'm not going to spend time on this because as I said, it is not something which I feel will be appreciated very much by us, even if I spend 1 more hour on it. So understand there are 4 groupings here. One set of groupings, in English, they simply call it hard consonant, which is easier for us to follow. What are they? Ka, kha, cha, cha, ta, tha, ta, tha, pa, pa, sha, sha, sa, which means what? Khar. You know the khar. You know what is khar now? Kha, pa, cha, ta, ta, cha, ta, tau, ka, pai, sha, sha, sar. What's the only thing missing here? The ha is not here. In the shar. Khar will not include ha. It will include all other Mahapranas. And also the basically first and second of the class and Shashasam. This is Khar. Very important for us to know what is Khar. If you've forgotten your Maheshwara Sutras, go back to it. This is what Khar is. Kha, pa, cha, ta, tha, cha, ta, tau, ka, pai, sha, sha, sar. All right. What is Ghosha? Samvara, another Ghosha. They're called soft consonants. What do they include? First, third, and fifth of a class plus yan plus ha. What will it amount to? You can just say hush. Ha, ya, va, rat. Right? Lan, yamagananam, ghadadash, jabagadash. Are you with me? This is called hush. So what will it be? Fifth, fifth, fourth, and third of the class. Fifth, fourth, and third of the class, and yan and ha are all what called soft consonants. And then we have Alpa Prana, which is very straightforward. First, third, and fifth of each class is all going to be, this fellow should be, no, this should not be here. This is wrong. Should not be here. Okay. So, pa, ba, ma, and yan. So first, third, and fifth of the class plus yan. This is what? Alpa Prana. Alpa Prana, I told you, is easy to appreciate. Wherever you breathe in less air, breathe out less air is Alpa Prana. Where you breathe out more air, it is called Mahaprana. Okay. So these are the groupings of letters. For what? What is called as Bahya Prayatna. Not Antar Prayatna, but Bahya Prayatna. This is clear? Clear means as clear as it gets, okay? Then, so these, I'm leaving it in the document for you. You can look at these, but as I said, I don't know how much sense you will make out of these. Now, I want to come to a sutra. A Paribhasha Sutra called Sthane Antaratamaha. Antaratamaha means what? Closer, closest. So when we want to replace some letter with another letter, or one thing with another thing, and we have a bunch of replacements, we want to find that which is closest to what has to be replaced. Closest to the sthani. We will see examples, it will become clearer as we see them. So now the basis for the closeness are what? Primarily we look at, one is the sthana. Sthana is what? The Jihwa Mula or, Talu, all those which we saw earlier is Thana. Then the second is called Pramana, of which we are not going to look at an example right now. We will not look into this. Okay, Pramana means how long is it? Is it a or a? What should replace? U or u? That kind of a thing will come. Third is called a Guna, closeness in terms of Guna. This stands for the Prayatna, which will include Bhakya Prayatna. Okay, and the fourth is based on Artha, the meaning of the replacements. Again, not important for us right now. So this one and Pramanam, it should be probably Parimana, not Pramana. Okay, I have taken someone's notes, one of my students who wrote it long ago, and I'm using it here. So this is Parimana, the length. This also we'll not see. We are interested in what primarily. One is Sthanam, another one is Prayatnam. Sthana and Prayatna are the two bases for closeness, which we will examine. All right. And this, it says Antara Tama. Tama means closest. Why? It's superlative degree. Closest. Closer, close, closer, closest. Antara Tama means closest. So this is what has to replace. All right. This is one rule for finding when you have a bunch of replacements and a bunch of things which can be replaced, which one should replace which? Like eco-energy. We will look at that. The second rule for replacement, which is also very important, is called Yatha Sankhyam Anudesha Samanam. You hold on to one word, Yatha Sankhyam. Yatha Sankhyam means what? Respectively. That's all it is. Yatha Sankhyam Anudesha Samanam. So when will this apply? When the number of sthanis is equal to the number of adeshas. Otherwise, respectively won't work. Then the first adesha should replace the first sthani. Second should replace second, etc. So it is respectively done. So Yatha Sankhya means what? In keeping with the sequence. Okay. Sankhyam Anatikramya. This is the basis of this rule. All right. We will look at the examples. Only then this will become clearer to you. This is easy. The first one, we will need to look at some examples. All right. So now, with this background, let me go to the Ashtadhyayi. So, in the Ashtadhyayi, I'm looking at Sthane Antara Tamaha.
Swami,
Yeah, I understood that. I'm not sharing it. Correct. I'm going to share it in a minute. Give me a second. Okay now?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So, Sthane Antara Tamaha. That's a sutra. Anuvritti is Shashti Sthane. So, what will the sutra say? The sutra's basic meaning, as I told you, is when a sthani has to be replaced, then the closest one should replace. The closest one should be the replacement. So, said in simple words, sthaninaha aneke adeshaha sambhavanti chet. If for what is to be replaced, there are many possible replacements, tebhyaha, among them, Sadrishatamaha adeshaha eva vidhiyate. The closest adesha alone is ordained by the sutra. When for a sthani, there are many possible replacements, adeshas, then which adesha should be taken? The one which is closest must be taken. Closest in what way? Closest in terms of what? So for that we say that there are different kinds of sadrishyam. Means the closeness can be in different terms. And what are they? Chaturvidham. Adeshanam sthanibhi sadharmyam chaturvidham asti. And what are they? One is sthana sadrishyam. Okay. So let us try to understand this. This is some Sanskritam. I will explain as we go. Yatra bhinnanam adeshanam uchcharanasthanam parasparebhyah bhidyate tatra sthaninaha uchcharanasthanina saha yasya uchcharastharanam sadrishatamam tasya adeshah chayanam kriyate. What does this mean? Yatra, in a context, in a situation, bhinnanam adeshanam, of different, the different adeshas are there. Like in Yekoyanachi, what is adesha? Yan, ya, va, ra, la. Correct? 4 adeshas are there. Are their sthanas the same? Uchcharana sthana. Now you should remember what is the Uchcharana sthanam for it. What are they? Ya. Do you remember anything? We will see it here anyway. So we have to know each one. So if they are different, then tatra sthaninaha uchcharana sthanina saha yasya uchcharana sthanam sadrishatama. What is sthani here in Ekoyanachi? E is sthani. Let us take E first, right? E is the sthani. What are the 4 adeshas possible? Yan is what? Ya, va, ra, la. This much you remember, I hope. Yan is ya, va, ra, la. Right? Now you have to know what is the sthana for ya. First, what is sthana for E? Do you remember that at least? That you should remember. Yes, Shainesh.
Ichuyasha talavya.
So what is the sthana for E?
Talu.
E is sthanu. Talu is the sthanu for E. Okay. What is sthana for now? The adesha possibilities. Ya is what sthanam? Ya. Talu. Ya is talu. Ra is what?
Murdha.
Ra is murdha. Do you understand what we are saying? Not only Shainesh, I hope others are following, okay? Ra is murdha. Then what? Yan. Ya, va, ra, la. What is va?
Danta.
Dantoshta.
Dandoshta. Va is dandoshta. Sorry.
Va. Then la. La is dantya. La is danta, right? Yeah. So now you have 4 things. Ya is talu, right? Va is dantoshta. Ra is murdha. And la is what? Danta. What is isthana? Talu. Which is closest now, you tell me, to the sthani? Closest is ya. Therefore, E should be replaced by what? Ya. Now let's look at the next letter. E. Next letter in ich. Ik is what? E, u. Right? Ik is E, u, r, u. What is u sthana? U is easy. Someone can tell. What is u? U. Oshta. Oshta is u. So now you compare again. What is the sthana for the adesha possibilities? Ya was what? Talu. Correct? Ra was what? Murdha. Va was what? Dantoshta. La was what? Danta. Dantya. Therefore, which is closest now to u? Va. Because oshta is common. So u will get replaced by what? Va. All right. Third one is what? E, u, r, l. Right? Now, when it comes to r, what is the sthanam? R. R to rashanam murdha. Should remember that. Murdha. Now there is a slight wrinkle with r. Okay? This r and l, there is a slight wrinkle, means you have to understand this better. This r, we say, has got 2 components. See, r is a vowel or is it a consonant? It seems to be having a bit of both. Right? Because for a vowel, it has to be open. R, it is open, but still there is a slight flick which seems to hit the murdha. So this r is said to have 2 components, a consonant component and a vowel component. Though it's a vowel, it has got a consonant component also. All right. Now, what is the vowel in r? R itself is a vowel. But now I'm going to divide this vowel into two parts. R is a vowel. I'm going to divide into two parts. What? A vowel component plus a consonant component. Okay. What is the vowel consonant? The vowel is no name now. I'm not using murdha now. What am I using? Kantha. Say it and feel it. It'll come from kantha. Like a. Little different. Not a. Not totally open. But what is thanam for the vowel? Is kantha. That you should notice, okay? That is the vowel. Then what else is there? I can extend for any length, okay? Matra I can add. Vowel means 1, 2, 3 matras. But when pronouncing, I can keep saying correct? Like this, I can keep saying the sound which is continuing is the vowel. Catch that. First I say r. Now vowel is very short. R. What's the vowel? Are you with me? That vowel is a vowel coming from the kantha. Similarly, I would say l. L. What's the vowel? Same vowel. Kantha vowel. Does it have a name? No name. It is not a. It is different. All right. Keep this information on one side now. Now, the second component is what? In r, there is a shade of ra. R. In l, there is a shade of la. L. Now, that ra and la are there as shades the vowel. That's what we call a hal component. Hal bhakti. Bhakti means the component. Aj bhakti is Aj is vowel. Vowel component is what is the consonant component? R or ra or la. In r and l. Vowel component is same. Are you with me so far? And where is this vowel bit coming from? The kantha. All right. Now let us come back to eko yanachi. Okay. So e u we have done. What is thanam for r now? Now you have to tell me. Sthanam for r is what? Look at the vowel. What is sthanam? Kantha. Okay. And if you look at r with the extra, the halk bhakti, you'll get what? Murdha. Correct? Both you have possibilities. Right? And now what is adeshas possible? Yan. Ya is talu. Right? Va is dantoshtyam. Then ra is what? Murdha. Therefore, what will be the adesha for ra? Is that clear? We didn't use this splitting. We'll use it in a minute. Okay. Then you have what is the fourth one in ik? I, u, r, l. Now, what will be the replacement for l? You can tell me. Ya, va, ra, la. La will be the replacement. Is it clear so far? Okay. Now, there is this business of splitting into two parts is needed elsewhere. There's a rule. There's a paribhasha, a rule. What is the rule? If any time a r or a l, is replaced by an un letter. What is un? 3 letters. A, E, U. Only that much. Because we're not looking for the whole Savarna business right now. Okay? A, E, U. So if at any time a R or a L is replaced by an un letter, that un letter must be followed immediately by Ra. By what? Nasalized, I'm saying ra. Do you remember what is ra? Exercise I had given you. Ra. What is ra? Anyone tell me? You know where is ra coming? Ayun, rilik, eong, ayouch, hayavarat, lan, right? So
Ra and la.
ra and la. Ra and la is ra, ra. Okay. So if a r or l is replaced by an un, that un must be always followed by what? A ra. Okay. Now, if r is replaced, what should the ra? Which component of ra should come? Ra should come. And if l is replaced, what component should come? La should come. Is this clear? Shailaja, clear? Face is not very clear to me.
I had understood first what you said, but now when you repeated it, I got confused a bit.
Therefore, I'm saying again now, whenever a r or a l is replaced by an un, then it won't just be an un. The un has to be immediately followed by what? Ra. What is ra? Ra or la. Which is the closer among them to which? If it is ra, you will get, if it is r, you'll get ra. If it is l, you'll get la. Clear now? Shainesh, you had a question?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so fine. So now let us see how this rule can be framed. Okay. Do you remember something? R and L, are they savarna to each other or not? We have said this. R and L are mithas savarnam. They are both savarna. Now, suppose I want to say now, when R is replaced, what case should I put R in? Sixth case. Good. What will be sixth case for R? How will you decline R?
Raha.
No. How did you say Raha? What is your shabda for you using for it?
Marut shabda.
No, Marut won't work here. What is it? R is ending in what? R. Correct? Yes, Harsha?
Like Datru Shabda maybe.
Okay. Then what will it be? You tell me now.
Data, Datarahu, Dataraha,
Sixth
Datarahu.
case. Singular.
Dhatuhu.
Dhatuhu. So now you have only R. Remove the dhat. What will remain?
Ruhu.
Uhu. So what is uhu now? What does uhu mean? It means R to be replaced. Do you understand? Sthani is R. How will it look in the sutra? Uhu. Does it make sense? You have to grow wiser to that level, okay? When I say uhu, what does it mean? Sixth case of R. What does R stands for? What are savarna letters for R? R, R, L. R, R, L. So what does Ruhu stands for now? Uhu stand for? R, R, or U, or L. Are you clear? Is this clear? Santosh? Okay, good. So if this is clear, now I tell you, when a Uhu, the sutra will say, Uhu an ra paraha. Uhu an ra paraha. What is ra paraha? Bahurihi samasa. That which is followed by ra. U will be replaced by an and, which will be followed immediately by a ra. Whenever U is replaced by an and. When will he replace it? That we will see separately. But whenever a r or l is replaced by an and, that and must be immediately followed by ra. And what is ra? Ra or la. Is this, yes, Priyanka?
So we add the ra when we replace with un.
Correct. So you don't replace with a. You'll replace with what? Ar. If you're replacing the r with e, you'll replace it with what? Ir. If you're replacing l with u, you'll make it what? Ul.
Okay.
Replacement you pick up. Whichever un replaces, that should be followed by the corresponding ra letter. This is very important to know, because that will make your life so much easier now. Is this clear? Somewhat clear? Yes. So the sutra I have constructed for you reverse by doing reverse engineering. Okay, I have explained the sutra first, then made you understand how sutra will work. Yes, Deepthi?
Swamiji, this part is not clear.
Which part?
Like this uhu and like instead of and, which should be at, because it's just a only, no? So why it
What?
will be e and u in an?
I am making a rule. What is the rule? Whenever a r or l is replaced by un, I'm telling you, if it is replaced by un, it's my choice what I replace with. If it is replaced by an un, that un should be followed by ra. Is the rule clear? Now don't ask me why should r be replaced by un, why not only a? That's not not for you to ask.
Oh. So this will be this raw application will be for all the three e and u.
Yeah, un, not correct. Un is a, e, u. Correct. You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
And when un is replacement, you don't have to think of savarna letters. There is no expansion. Only a, e, u. No dirgha hrasva problem. When it's adesha, we don't use savarna in that. So it's only a, e, u. So you're right. Whenever r or l is replaced by either a, e, or u, un letters, then they should be immediately followed by ra, which is either ra or la. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Santosh.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So Swamiji, so we will have like 6 options like ar, al, ir, il, ur, ul. That
Kind.
like, kind of.
Why 6 now? Oh, okay. Ar, al, ir, il, ur, ul. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Correct. That is true if they were. But suppose I told you replace with a, then only ar or al.
Yeah.
Correct. You can uniquely identify what has to replace what. Okay. Is this clear? All right. Now, the whole exercise I'm doing so that we can appreciate what happens when you do vriddhi or guna. Okay. So now let us try to understand. Suppose I tell you that if you have the letters of the pratyahara ik, see this what I have told you just now is what you will find here in your note. The sutra is 1151. Uran raparaha. There's a typo here, it's not correct. It's uran raparaha. What is that? Uhu. Sandhi I'm doing. Uhu. Oh, I'm not sharing it, looks like. Yeah, I understood that. We'll fix it in a second. Okay. Now, visible. Yeah. So, uran raparaha. As I said, there's a typo here. Don't worry about it. The pronunciation uran raparaha. Right? What is sandhi? Uhu an raparaha. These are 3 words. What is the case? Uhu is 6-1. You should know 6-1 of what? We have reverse engineered. You know, it is what? It is r. And what does r stands for? Stands for savarnas. R, and l. So, uhu an. Adesha is an. But what kind of an an? An an which is raparaha. Both are 1-1. 1-1 and 1-1. Is it visible? Or should I increase the font size? Okay, now should be better. So, uhu and rapara. So, what will the sutra vritti say? So, first samasa. Ra paraha yasmat saha raparaha. that which is followed by ra is called rapara. Okay, and it's an adjective for an. So an an which is followed by a ra is the meaning. So what is the vritti now? R varnasya sthane, right? An prasajyamane eva raparaha bhavati. If the r has to be replaced by an an, it will always be followed by ra. It is not ra, it is ra. This is what it has to say here. Okay, is that clear? Because ra is different from ra. Ra is not ra and la. Ra is. Okay. So then, what do we say then? Therefore, even as an un letter, a, e, u gets connected as an adesha in the place of a r varna. R is what? R is not just r. It is r with savarnas. R, and l. Then what happens? It becomes one which is followed by ra. So l and r are savarna letters. Therefore, the word uhu in the sutra will stand for both l and r. By what rule? Anudit savarnasya cha apratyaya. I have not told you sutra probably, but I have explained what you have to do. So the ra pratyara expands to ra la. Right? Yes, Shainesh?
Swamiji, for these kind of sandhi operation to become viable, that is the reason why lu and ru became homogeneous. I mean, savarnas.
Possible. Okay. Yeah.
Because you said reverse engineering. So that may
I'm showing you because see, I have not taught you how to look at sutras yet fully. Okay, so I'm doing it in a way where you can understand how sutra gets built. Rather than starting with Purandraparaha, I made you understand sutra first, and then I'm telling you how the sutra gets built. Okay? So, by the rule, sthane antartamaha, when r varna is replaced by an, it will be followed by what? Ra. Because r has got a ra component. And if l is replaced, then it will be replaced by la, because l has got a la component. That's why that component business is very important for us. All right. This is a Paribhasha Sutra which ordains an anadesha in the place of r, l to be rapara whenever an an replaces a r or l varna. Okay. This is going to be in your shared folder. You can read it again if you like. But understanding should be clear. All right. Now, let us go to the next step. What is vriddhi? Is being defined by a sutra. Vriddhiradaich. This is the first sutra in the Ashtadhyayi. What does it mean? Adaich stands for Atcha, Aitcha. At and Ait is going to be Adaich. Of which what is Ait? A, I, and Au. You should remember now. I, un, trilik, a, ong, I, ouch. Right? So, a, ong, I, ouch. You have to go that way. So, what is it saying anyway? We don't even need that here because it's clearly telling us what? Vriddhi ad aich. What you have to remember is what is aich. Right? I, ouch. So, what will it be? A, I, and au will be the aich. I and au. Are you with me? Somebody raised a hand? No? Okay. So basically what? The letters A, I, and Au get the name Vriddhi. Is this clear? It's just a plain sanya, which says letters A, I, and Au get one name called Vriddhi. Okay. Similarly, the letters A, and O will get the sanya Gunaha. There's some problem here, okay? This is not Bugaha, it should be Gunaha. I didn't check all this. So it should say Gunaha. Forget it. Okay. I'll fix this later, okay? So if it's more convenient, I can show it to you on Ashtadhyayi. That may be easier for you to see immediately. So Vriddhiradaich. Right? So what is Adaich? A, I, and Au. Get the sanya Vriddhi. All right. Then what about the next sutra? The next sutra is adeng gunaha. At and eng will get sanya guna, which is what? Eng is what? A and O. So A and O. These three letters have one name, which is called guna. All right. This is clear so far? Okay. Now, if I say, let us try to understand. So time, it's already that much. Okay, let's see what we can do right now. Suppose I tell you now that I want to replace what are the possible letters? Okay, I have to start that. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be ready. Okay. A, E, U, R, L. Sorry. L. If these are the letters, and I tell you now, please replace these with the guna letter for each of them. You have to replace them. Do one thing. I'll cut paste it. I want to replace now with the guna letters. Okay, that's the exercise we have to do now. What are guna letters? Someone help me? Yes, Harsha.
A, and O.
A and O. Correct? A, and O. Now, what is the sthana for A?
Kantha.
Kantha. Good. Kantha. Sorry. Kantha. What is sthana for A?
Kantha talu.
Kantha talu. Correct. Kantha talu. What does it mean? Kantha along with talu. This should be in your head. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. What is the sthana for O?
Kanthostham.
Kantha and
Oshtham.
Oshtha. Both. Correct? Sorry. Fix it. O. Correct? This much is clear? Now, what are these are guna letters. What is the sthana for A?
Kantha.
Kantha. Come on. Now, you have to tell me what will be the guna letter for A. How will you decide? Sthane antaratamaha. Sthane antaratamaha. What is closest to the sthani A? Among the three possible replacements. What are they? Kantha, Kantatalu, Kantoshtam. Yes, Santosh?
It will be A.
It will be A. Is this clear to everybody? All right. Now I will say the next letter. I'm interested in this E. Next letter is E. What is the sthana of E?
Talu.
Talu. So what should be the guna letter corresponding to E? What is the closest? A. Why?
It's the only one that matches.
Matches, closest. It's not exact, but the closest to the sthani in terms of the replacement closest to the sthani among the three is what? A. Why? Kantha talu. So A is the replacement. Guna. All right. What about U? What is U sthana?
Oshtham.
Oshtham. Correct. Oshtha. Then what should be the replacement? Guna replacement if we want a guna?
O.
Oh.
Oh. Why? Kantoshta.
Closest.
Correct? Okay. Now we go to R. What is the sthana of R? You have to remember carefully now. What is the sthana of R?
Talu.
Talu?
No, sir. Murdha. Murdha.
Murdha. Okay.
Murdha.
Harsha, what are you saying?
The vowel part of it would come from the throat.
Good. Kantha. Okay. Suppose you said murdha. Okay. Which will be closer now? Kantha, Kantatalu, Kantosha. What will happen? You won't know what to do with it. All right. Now you understand R has got two components. In that, the vowel component is going to be what? Kantha. You don't have a name for that vowel. But it's the vowel component of R. Okay. Now you tell me, what is the replacement going to be? Closest? Very good. Is this correct?
No.
Now, why is it
It has to be followed by wrong.
Why?
And later.
Urandraparaha. Now I'm going to teach how to say. Why? Urandraparaha. You should say that sutra, okay? Uhu an raparaha only. You cannot replace uhu with just an. It should be an, which is rapara. And what is rapara? You're replacing r. So what is the corresponding letter for that? Ra. Among ra and la, ra is the letter. So what will you get? Ar. Correct? And what will happen if it is l? What is sthanam now for l?
Kantha.
Kantha again. Why? You're looking only at the ajabhakti, the ach component. So you'll again get kantha. Then what is its replacement going to be? What is the closest guna letter? Adeng guna. Guna letter will be a. Correct? So you put a. But it is an or not? Yes.
Becomes al.
So is this l part of uhu or not?
Yeah.
It is. Sthani is uhu. Therefore, what should replacement be always? And should be followed by ra. What will it become?
Al.
All right. This is all what? Guna letters. Now suppose I said, you tell me what is the vriddhi letter for each of them. What are the vriddhi letters?
A, I, O.
So we'll put them here. Now we'll make it vriddhi. Go back. Vriddhi. Okay. Just fix its font and it will behave itself. Okay. Vriddhi is what? A, I, and
O.
So now A is Kantha, I is Kantatalu, Au is Kantoshtam, correct? Again, now you want to replace A with a Vriddhi letter. What will it be? Yes, Harsha. Why?
Closest.
Closest. What is the closest? Kantha. And what is the closest in among the three? There is Kantha, there is Kantatalu, Kantosha. Kantha is there in all three. So why did you pick A? Because there is no further addition in A. It's only Kantha. So only Kantha is the best match. Therefore, A is the replacement. When you come to E, what will be the replacement?
Kantatalu.
Yes, Vrinda. Unmute yourself.
I.
It will be I. Correct.
I.
Why? Correct.
That is the closest.
Closest to what?
Closest to the.
See, there are three. Kantha, Kantatalu, Kantoshta.
Kantatalu and Kantoshta.
So what is the closest? It is Kantatalu. Therefore, I will come. Correct?
I.
Correct. Now, for U, what will the replacement?
U will be Au.
Au. This is clear to everybody? And what would be for R? Sorry.
R.
It should be A. Is A un or not? A is also an un. If you look, so when you are looking now, you should look at A is included in un. A, E, U. Right? Un. And you take the savarna, it will become A. So it is un. What should get replaced by now? Un is there. Therefore, Uhu, un, Ra paraha. So what is the Ra for this? Repa. So Vriddhi will become R. And what about this? It will become
Al.
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 Okay. Yes, Ritesh.
Swamiji, namaste. We said, right, we will not include Savarna if there is an Adesh we are replacing.
Yes, I did say that. Okay. But here, what is happening is we have to use it, and I will give you an exact reason at some point when it's appropriate. Okay. It's true. But this is what happens here. Right? So, because this is how the language is anyway. All right. I'll come back to you on your exact reasoning for it in time. Okay. So these are the adeshas. So now what we have done, yes, Priyanka, you had a question or?
Just in continuation, here we are using A because it says Vriddhi letter.
Correct.
Not because it's a Savarna. So
that is true, actually.
Yeah.
That is true. So Vriddhi letter is A. Now the question is, I said R is Andraparaha. Right? Uhu ran Andraparaha. So there, An is Adesha or not? Raparaha. So his question is, A is not in An if it's Adesha. But this is how the Paribhasha Sutra works. Okay? There's nothing more I have to say here. This Paribhasha is meant for this. This is how it will work. This is not a regular Adesha Sutra actually. It is a Paribhasha Sutra. Has slight different behavior. I will see if there's something more about it. Offhand, nothing comes to my mind. Okay? But this is how the replacement will happen. So if you understand this, Vrinda, you have a question or your hand is just up? You can put it down. So this is how we have to understand what is the Vriddhi and what is Guna for different letters. Once you know this, now I can tell you, you are doing Bhu, first Gana Dhatus. First Gana Dhatus are Dhatus which take a pratyaya called Shap, you remember? When you add a Shap pratyaya, now I will tell you, if the final letter is an Ik, if the final letter of the Dhatu is Ik, that Ik will take Guna. Okay? If the final Dhatu, letter of the Dhatu is an Ik, that Ik will take what? Guna. What will Bhu become? Bho. Right? What will Kru become?
Kar.
Kar. If it was first Gana, if it had allowed Guna, this is not first Gana, okay? It is eighth Gana, but it will become Kar. All right. If it is Ni, what will it become? Ni. E. Ni.
A.
A. It will become A. Correct? Ne. So you take anything. So if you have G, what will it become? G. J. E will become what? Again.
J.
J. J. All right. So now to bhu became what? Bho. Bho plus ti you have to add. Bho plus, not ti, bho plus ati. Is that still there? That which you added to bhu makes bhu into bho. That you added to bhu makes bhu into bho. That is still sitting there. It only caused an operation. It's not gone away. Now what will you have remaining? Bho plus plus ti. Are you able to visualize it? Bho. Sampath, are you okay? Not okay? No. See, I'm saying that if I'm saying you take the dhatu bhu. For this, we say we will add a pratyaya shap and there is a thing ti. This is how it works. This shap is called gana vikarana.
Swamiji, not share.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I will do that in a second. Now clear?
Yeah.
So what we have done earlier, to a dhatu bhu, you first add a ti. And when a ti is there, one shap will come in between. It's called a gana vikarana pratyaya. Now, you don't know what, but I'm telling you this pratyaya can cause a guna to the dhatu. Okay? So when it calls guna, what will it happen? Bhu will become what? Bha. U will become? What is guna for u?
O.
Oh. So it will become O. What is the content of shap? When I say content, you have to be cautious. Now, what is shap? You have to remove the 8th letters. Shakara is it by lashakva tadhite. Right? And halantyam, it will remove pa. What will remain? What is remaining after that? Ti. Okay. Now, what is this? Bho plus a plus ti. Correct? Now, this O is what? What kind of a letter is this? Is it H or not? O is H or not?
Yes.
Huh? Part of H?
Yes.
Yes. Now, H is followed by Ach or not?
Yes.
A is Ach, vowel. So, A is in Ach. O is in H, correct? Now I can say, I will apply my rule. What is the rule? Echaha achi. When ach follows, what is the rule? Aya, aya, ava, aya, avaha. So what is happening now? O is the letter followed by a. And this rule is respectively. H is what? A, O, I, O. So what should be the replacement for O?
Av.
So what will happen now if you apply the sutra? You will end up with bha plus this O will get replaced by ava. What is there after that? A. And what is there after that? Ti. Combine them.
Bhavati.
Bhavati va? Sorry. Very interesting. It said Bhavati Jnana Nishtha. Very nice. Okay. So, do you understand what we did now? Yes, Priyanka.
You've written sa is in ach. That should be right?
Correct. By mistake. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to show this. Okay. So you got this. Now you try doing it for G. Ni. Pick dhatus. First gana. See what happens. You should be, don't even go this far. You go up to this much. First gana dhatu plus shap. what will happen? You check. You have two sutras to work with. One is it will take guna. The final vowel, if it is what is the rule here? The rule is this. Final vowel, final, not even vowel, final ik. Or penultimate short ik will take guna of a first gana dhatu. Will take guna. Okay. When shap follows. Okay. So now you should know what is ik, you should know. For each of the ik, what is guna letter, you should know. And then you will get what? Guna letters are what? A or O. A can become ar or al also sometimes. Right? And then you should know, if it's ending in A or O, then this Ho ayavayavaha will apply. Right? So you can make that ava I or ava. That's what will come. And with that, you should get what? What is there before ti, you should get. Hava, you should be able to get it. Are you with me? So now you go back to your dhatu patha and look. Don't worry about this penultimate short for now. Okay? You final ik, you work on. Wherever dhatus have a final ik, you try to see how you will get the forms. See whether it makes sense. Yes, Shanish.
Is it a sutra, this one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I am not introducing it right now because there's a lot more you have to know to understand sutra. We will come to sutra later.
No issues, no issues.
Yeah. Yes, Santosh.
So, Swamiji, when you're saying that G, so G which becomes J plus shap plus T.
Correct.
How we will go. A again, it will take the I.
Correct.
J.
Jayati. Jaya will come. So you can see how it's coming, right? See,
Right.
till now, why G becomes Jayati? You don't know. Why Ni becomes Nayati? You don't know. Why Bhu becomes Bhavati? You don't know. But Pat remains Patati, it doesn't become Patheti. See the problem? Now that problem is being resolved. All right. So this is like a step, but now you will see how many dhatus you can go and work on. Your exercise is made for you now. Okay. That's why I want to do this much. So you have something to look forward to. And you apply this, because if I just go with sutra after sutra, by the time you understand sutra completely, it will be a long time. But now you have enough to play with. First kana dhatus, you can start playing with this much. Shabda Manjari you look at, sorry, Dhatu Manjari. If you remember, we saw for each dhatu in bracket, he will give you what is the third person singular. So just ti is there. Ti will get added to this. Bhavati, Pathati, Labhati, etc. Labhate. Right? If it's Atmane Pada also, this will happen. What will change? Instead of ti, you'll have te. That's all. So Parasmaya Pada, Atmane Pada makes no difference to you. First gana, you can do this blind. Okay? Next time, maybe we'll look at how to do 10th gana. It's pretty straightforward. Now that we have done guna and vriddhi, I can make you do that. The guna vriddhi is very necessary for us. This will be very useful for us in various places, not one.
In 1, 4, 6, 10, it will be almost okay, Swamiji. 4 and 6 also.
4 and 6, there is no guna.
Okay.
That's why they're different. And in 10th, you can't do directly guna. You have to do some, if necessary, you have to do vriddhi first. Then you have to add this. There is some extra step in. So you take the dhatu that walks out of the gana of the dhatu patha, then you have to see whether the final letter is a verb, is a vowel. And if it is, then that will take vriddhi. To that you have to add ach. We have some rules there. Okay. We'll look at it another time. Let me not confuse you. But this should be a good step to go forward. And if you understood the, the penultimate means, what? Whatever the final letter is the ultimate. The letter before that will be what? Penultimate. If the ultimate letter is a consonant, then the penultimate may be a vowel. Correct? May be a vowel. And if that penultimate vowel happens to be an ik, and a short ik means what? Should not be long, short. Then that ik will also take guna. So if you understood this, you're welcome to look at other dhatus and see where it fits in. If you didn't understand it, don't worry about it. Okay? So what should you do? Your homework for yourself. Look at your dhatu rupa, Manjari. Look at all first gana dhatus. See which are ends in a ik dhatus and try to come up with the form. You already have the answer there. It's not difficult for you to verify. I don't want to send you anything. No work for me, okay? So you do that and see how it works out. And if you understand this well, then I'm telling you the next step is pretty straightforward. 10th gana I will teach you how to get it. So you will have a lot of forms, at least lat lakara, you will be able to do at least the basic thing which becomes before ti. There are some further things. See, patha plus ti is pathati. Patha plus taha is patataha. Patha plus anti is pathanti. Not pathanti, becomes pathanti. One rule extra we need there. Pathasi, pathataha, pathatha. Then patha plus mi should become pathami. It becomes pathami. One rule for that. Pathami, pathavaha, pathama. If you know this much, now you know how to arrive at the form for lakara. This is why I said I want to get you some Panini so that I can make my life easy and your life easy. So what do you have to remember? Guna takes place and then you should remember one sandhi rule. Echaha ayavayavaha. What is that rule? 6178. If in doubt, go look at Ashtadhyaya. Yes, Santosh.
So we will ignore for now that like gum, how it becomes gachati.
That's an exception. That's an exception. They will, Ashtadhyaya will give you list. Gum will become gacha. Yam will become yacha. Like this. He will give you a whole list of exceptions. These are exceptions. Right? Exception, don't worry for now. That's why I said look at only dhatu which have final ik or penultimate short ik. These are your candidates for now. Okay? If you're doing fourth gana, you know what? You just add here, no guna. If you're doing sixth gana, you know what? Add sha, no guna. Job is over. I have covered 4-6 also. Yes, Shanish.
Swamiji, out of curiosity asking, in 1, 2 and 1, 3, the echo yavayava comes in deriving it.
What is 1, 2, 1, 3?
Padamaha,
No.
padavaha, padamaha.
Huh.
Echo
See, H-O-I-Vava will not come because there is no guna happening there first. Guna letter comes only, then you will have H, A or O. Okay. See, in Patha, where is A or O? There is no A or O, right? So when guna happens, you will get either A or O. Then you follow it by H-O-I-Vaha will apply. If there is no guna, there is no A, there is no O, no guna. Therefore, no H-O-I-Vaha. Only if it's there, you have to do it. H has asti se chet, followed by H, then you have to do. If there is no H, there's nothing to do. It's a straightforward case. Patha is a straightforward case. But, every dhatu is not like that. So where you need, you have to add. So pu, if you have it, will become what? Pavati. So this is what it is. So if we take one more hour, I can show you what will happen at 10th gana to some extent. And you will know how those forms come, basic forms, okay? It should give you some joy. Now I can understand what's going on. Okay? Any questions? Yes, Shanish.
I mean, just when you showed that stani andar tamaha, there is a word staninaha. This stani will decline like Atman.
Sthanin is the Pratipadika.
Sthanin.
Sthanin. It won't
Like
be like Atman. It will be like Karin.
Karin, okay. Okay.
Nakaranta, but see, in Nakaranta we have flavors. In Nakaranta we have Rajan Shabda, Karin Shabda.
Karin, Karini, Karini.
Right?
Something.
Yeah, correct. Correct. No, not Karin. Kari, Karini. No, that will be neuter what you're saying. Masculine will be Kari, Karinau, Karinaha.
Okay.
Karinam. Go look it up. This is already there in our reference.
Okay. Okay.
In even with the clues saying what is what. See, the sthanin is ending with a pratyaya called in. In is a pratyaya which has the meaning of possess. Sthanaha asya asti iti sthanin. Similarly, karaha asya is asti iti karin.
Pathin.
Pathin may be a little different.
Different. Okay.
Okay. But you know, I don't know if you people remember, but we had put out a reference. We had put sample forms, for various dhatus, not dhatus, for various nouns. Go look it up. And in the clues, we have said which kind of words will follow which kind of template. Time to refresh that. Okay. All right. We'll stop now. It's almost 7. I need to run. Okay. So we will pick up our thread next week. So just be a little alert. In case I have a time crunch, I may have to cancel this class sometime. I have a lot on my head right now. So I don't have enough time to do justice to these classes well. So because I need to plan what I can do, make you do, which is not difficult.
I think Swamiji lost connection.
We're done with the class. My battery just ran out, okay? So I had to connect the power supply. So I will do the Shanti mantra and we'll close. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om